interested in the position mainly because I have some experience working for a very similar organization. NESCOM was the Northeast States for Coordinated Air Use Management. I spent 10 years basically in this nonprofit coordinating air quality policy across the 6 New England states, New York and New Jersey. That was at the state level rather than at the town level, but it was exactly what Wyndham Regional Commission appears to do for the 17 towns in Wyndham County. You know, really we just served a number of services, planning and coordination services, harmonizing air quality policy. It seems like Wyndham Regional Commission does a lot of the same kinds of things for the town in terms of development review, in terms of housing, you know, all kinds of things. So I have a lot of experience working in that regard, trying to work across governments and trying to find common areas of agreement and trying to settle differences between, in this case, states, but it seemed like a good way to jump into town service for Londonderry since I have some experience with that. Also, in another town where I used to live, had some extensive experience in planning directly. I was on the planning board, a subcommittee of the planning board for 6 years. I was on a planning board and actually was chairman of the planning board for a period when we had to do a long-range plan for our town and was co-author of this long-range plan for that community. And it took an interesting perspective in terms of systems planning, trying to work across all of the functions of municipal government, you know, housing, but also looking at, you know, environmental issues, looking at land preservation, land conservation. So, you know, just have a bunch of experience that I think is relevant and could be helpful.
I'm thrilled that Gary's putting his hand up for that. He's been on the One Londonderry Recreation Committee with me, where we helped install
signed copies
rakes and things of that sort. So.
If you had me, I'd be glad to do it.
Appreciate your interest for sure.
Anyone care to make a motion?
I'll make that motion. I move to approve Gary Kleinman as a representative to the Wyndham Regional Commission for a term of 2 years. 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Congratulations and like it.
Welcome
Yeah, thank
aboard.
you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Moving on to 9B, Town Hall Renovation Committee. B1, review and approve window restoration proposal.
Okay, so, I have a recommendation from the Town Hall Renovation Committee met this morning, and, after lots of discussion, came up with a recommendation, and this is what it is. The Londonderry Town Hall Renovation Committee recommends the acceptance of a bid for historical window restoration of the Town Hall windows submitted by Valley Restoration LLC, not to exceed $85,300, to be funded by the Municipal Energy Resilience Program. Grant monies awarded to the town of Londonderry. They chose that one. One of them was just way too high, so we kind of took them out of the running right away, but it came down to Hunter Excavation under Nestor's supervision for Valley. And Valley, we called the references, and Valley was just a little bit stronger. They've done this kind of work before, so the committee felt a little more comfortable with them. So that's where they went.
Yeah, I would highly recommend you go with Valley. They've been doing old building work, their whole business life, and I was impressed by the various projects that they've been involved in. So I think our one historic building that we have in town deserves this kind of attention.
Yeah.
And they are going to do one of the alternates too?
They're gonna do what? I'm sorry?
One of the alternates on here? Are they adding that on too?
That's
I'm looking at the motion for 85.
So that,
73 and 12.
I think you don't have the, okay, so, there was instead of outdoor window,
Storm.
storms, there was indoor window storms.
Yeah. So that's,
And one of those prices, if we go with one over the other, it doubles. So the price goes up, and I don't think you have the most recent one in your packet.
alternate two for the interior window.
It's about double, yeah.
Yeah,
So what's the number we're looking at?
the number we'd be looking at is the one, it's the 85, they have 85,300. The correct number is 85,300
Is what it's gonna cost us.
is the estimate. I mean, they're gonna go into these windows, right? They're gonna take the windows out, they're gonna transport them, I believe this company transports them to their storage facility, and then they're gonna get into, the sills and things like that, and things might, because it's an old building, things might, reveal themselves that didn't.
The only two bids we got was this guy and Hunter.
We had
Three.
3 bids, the third one was like $150,000 or something like that, right off the bat. And keep in mind that this is MERC money, so it's money that will be totally reimbursable, there's no match. So the town's not out this money.
I don't think Hunter's been doing it very long, has he?
Ever
Well,
since they got.
Nestor
ever
has.
since
Nestor
they got-
has, yeah.
Yeah,
Nestor was the head guy on this
On this
project
project.
for a while.
yeah,
The town has experience working with
yeah.
Nestor's skills
And there's
for
more
sure.
work to be done on that building that's not MERC related, so there'll be more, opportunity for Hunter to bid on other stuff.
What's the difference between the two contracts? Just to clear my head.
It's
Between Hunter and,
20,000.
24,000.
25,000.
$1,330. Page 28, if you're looking for it. Page 28 in your package, Jim, for the number. The page, number's, page 28 in your package.
We delegated the work and the planning to this committee, and they have vetted, and I would go with their recommendation, as it's presented here tonight.
And I will go with yours.
Okay, that's so nice, thank you.
Anyone wanna make a motion then?
I did just realize I wrote down at 85,000, it's 85,300 and I wrote 85,000 in the motion, so.
1,300. I'm happy to move it. I move to accept the proposal from Valley Restoration LLC to provide services related to town hall window restoration, estimated to cost $85,300, and authorize the town administrator to sign and execute any and all documents necessary for the hiring of the contractor to conduct the necessary work.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
B2, Cynthia Gubb, Town Hall Renovation Committee.
So, we got a, application today that I gave to you as a printout, from Cynthia Gubb. And, by the way, this is, the new, form for, applications. It comes through the website, so it's a little bit messy, but, it allows people to submit their, applications via the web as opposed to filling out a,
And here it's come to
PDF
fruit.
and,
And here it's come to fruit.
Yep. So, there is, this is just a complete aside, but, there is a form, application that we could get for the website that would, I think, make these things a little bit more cleaner. Not sure we need to do that, but this is our test of the system. So anyway, she applied, there is one space, available on the town hall renovation committee. The committee seemed to think it was a good idea, so now it's in front of you.
I think she'd make a wonderful representative, and I'd make a motion.
Go ahead.
I move to appoint Cynthia Gubb as a representative to the Town Hall Renovation Committee for a term of 1 year.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
9C, Planning Commission, C1, reappoint Trevor Powers.
He's up for reappointment, as of March, and, he wants to do it again, and he filled out an application form, and again, it's up to you.
I'm happy to move it.
Absolutely.
I move to reappoint Trevor Powers as a member of the planning commission for a term of 3 years.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We don't want word getting out that we shy people away from volunteer.
C2, discuss Planning Commission bylaw hearing.
Okay, so, you're up.
Handout. Been a zoning administrator for 7 years in 5 towns. And I had never once posted a hearing notice on a webpage. I'm not saying it's a bad idea to do that.
Thanks, Will.
It's just never come up. And there's some concern that it did not get done. But I looked at the statute and also the bylaw adoption checklist. And there's nothing in the bylaw adoption checklist that talks about websites. The only thing the statute says is minutes and agendas have to be on the website. And that's only 48 hours before a meeting. And the other thing about statute is it says no detect in the form or substance of any public hearing notice under this chapter shall invalidate the adoption, amendment, or repeal of any planned bylaw or capital budget program. So I would say there's nothing in statute requiring that the hearing notice be on the webpage, and there's also that escape hatch that a defect in the form of a public hearing notice, if it's not intentional, doesn't invalidate the hearing. And I would say going forward, we would put hearing notices on the webpage, but from my reading of the statute, there's no requirement to do it now. I also asked Bob Fisher his opinion and Vermont League of Cities and Towns their opinion. It would be very, very discouraging if they come back and say that we have to rewarn the hearing. I mean, that would make me rethink the whole project, but I guess we wait and see. But there is nothing in statute saying hearing notices have to be on the webpage.
For what it's worth, it is on the webpage now, and the agenda that warns the meeting for the public hearing was warned properly, so,
And I'll take full ownership. I'm just representing a citizen who came to me and said, I'm not sure that it's been done right. Can you look into this, and can we ask the right questions? And shouldn't we be as transparent as possible about these next steps in the process? So I'm just merely asking the question. I'm glad, Will, that you gave us this. It's very helpful. And if Bob Fisher is taking a peek at it, then that's fine, so.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it was hard to find the material on the website. I mean, that's just, I think that's partially a learning curve for the people who are navigating the website, and learning to post things on the website. And, you know, there's no communication expert here. So, you know, we're doing the best we can. You know, I try to post news items and things like that. So those got posted pretty regularly. It went into the doings in Derry. It's been mentioned several times at various meetings.
Yeah.
You know, but the website piece got a little messy.
Well, it's a great way to get information out to people. We've got to do what we got to do to clean it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
scrap it.
err on the side of being totally obvious about what we're doing and.
Right.
Fine. Great, I appreciate this.
Alright. Moving on, item 10,
Question.
Oh,
So we're good to go.
Unless VLCT says otherwise, I think you're good to go. Yeah.
Alright, item 10, transfer station solid waste management. 10A is updates. I have none. Do you?
I have a question. I have a question about the update regarding the electric and the slab for the zero sort container. Do you have any info on that?
Not right now.
Working on the electricity upgrade
Yeah.
still, correct?
Yeah.
I think the whole project
Yeah.
was kind of delayed because of Green Mountain Power coming through with the
Yeah.
proper three-phase, and
So it's still delayed.
it was, well, I mean, that's what I recall about the
Yeah.
conversation, was we just said, let's not get ahead of that, because we can't hook up new equipment with the power supply that's there, so.
Great, thank you.
And 10B, approve nonprofit waiver transfer state.
So we, had a, update from, Esther, who said normally, they don't need to come before the board, to re-up, and that she had a spreadsheet or a mailing label thing, and the select board thought maybe it was a good idea just to go through that list once a year, just to make sure nothing had changed. So I put it into a spreadsheet for your perusal. It's a spreadsheet that you could use as a mailing, what do you call it, mail merch, if you want, and so it's just there for your perusal. This will be your yearly perusal of this list.
Looks like 25.
If there's
I
been
did
a
not
title
catch
on it,
Oh, I didn't put a title
there's
on
no
it.
title, so I was like, what's
So,
this
yeah.
list? Yep, great, thank you.
I saved it as like something intelligent, but I guess it doesn't show
It's
up on
fine,
the.
yeah. And there's Four Corners, our fourth corner, yep.
Anyone care to make a motion?
I can. I move to approve transfer station waivers for the slate of nonprofits presented for a period of 1 year.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 11, old business, we have nothing. Item 12, new business. 12A, discuss snow removal at the town office.
Okay, so this came about because, remember the squealing noise?
Mhm.
Well, the squealing noise came, from the furnace. So I guess the fan and the furnace was bad, so they replaced that. But that begged the question of why was the furnace running? Cause it was warm at the time. Because the, air exchanger should be, the, heat pump should be doing most of the work. And we, also during that time met with Gordon Searles, to possibly have him on like an on-call or retainer basis for things that come up in town, the town office.
So glad to
And
hear that.
he
He's a great guy for
was, yeah, and so he actually was listening to the sound, and I think he was actually the one that traced it to the furnace. But in the course of him looking around and touring and figuring out where all the filters were and stuff like that, they took a look at the fans out there, and he realized that they were like covered in snow. And I'm pretty sure that somewhere in the maintenance operating manual we were given, it probably said you are supposed to keep those clear of snow. We forgot, didn't remember, didn't realize we were supposed to do that. Anyway, we have a person for that. And so he cleared it out. One of them, we were, I guess, hoping that it defrosts. It's no longer working, basically. Hoping that it defrosts, then we can turn it back on. So, and that one at least controls the heat in the hallway. So, don't know if that's working anymore. That's another issue, but we need to figure out how to do snow removal at the town office. And I don't have a good suggestion for that. If you want town staff to do it, I suppose we could designate one of us will draw straws or something, but,
Well, the road crew has been doing some shoveling before storms,
Yeah,
right? So,
I
I mean,
think
I
so.
would assume that that
Early
could be
job.
coupled with other work like that. I mean, it's hard for me to volunteer them without
Right,
talking to them,
yeah, and
obviously,
they do a
because
lot
they
of
have
snow
to work.
removal already, right, so.
Right, right. The way
and-
it's been working out was our fourth guy was not driving the salt truck, so he would start by doing shoveling.
Okay,
And then when they got around to starting the sand route, then he would join up with them after he was done here. So adding another 15 or 20 minutes to it,
okay,
depending on the storms, might be acceptable. I could
Okay.
run that by him and see.
okay. I mean, the other option I was thinking also was that, I don't know if this will work, but if we built some kind of roof over them,
Typically, they
I don't,
would have one.
yeah.
In this design, they don't, but
We were probably, and like I said, we were probably told that we were supposed to keep those free of snow, and it just, it got swept under the rug.
yeah, it's concerning that one's not working because those units do generally defrost on a normal cycle.
We
They'll
haven't turned it back on, so
Right.
it may be working now,
hopefully.
but yeah, yeah.
Maybe what we should do, if there happen to be other things, is have a kind of a list or a checklist of, okay, the walkway and the generator and the heat pumps and
Okay,
run it by them and
Yeah.
just see if it's too much, or
so, yeah,
it might segue to another conversation about, this position that might be needed to do some of the work on, if Gordon, I mean, that's a subcontract, so that's
yeah, it
something
sounded like that
different,
wasn't
but
something he was planning on doing, but yeah.
he's, I mean, Gordon is overqualified in every aspect, just as,
Yeah.
especially with his background with plumbing and heating, and
Right.
so that he's great to have on board for the technical stuff, for sure.
Okay, so, did you want me to try to create a checklist, or?
Well, maybe just as a reminder, just shoot me an email and I'll run it by
Okay.
Josh and see what kind of commitment we
Okay.
can get.
Alright,
Sounds good. 12B, approve congressional funding and letter of support.
like I mentioned before, I put out an email to all three of our representatives, for, congressionally directed spending. And I'm still not quite clear on how it works, if they all have to pool their money or they each get a slice, not really sure. But I've gotten a response back from Becca Balance office and Peter Welch's office. And I definitely need approval from you to go out for the funding. And it looks to me like I've just been skimming the applications, but it looks to me like we are gonna need letters of support, which I don't have time to convene another meeting of you all, so I'm hoping that you can give Tom the authorization to sign any letter of support that I managed to write up.
I think it's it's an opportunity that we won't, how do I say it? It's an opportunity we should absolutely try for. There's a fairly significant chance you won't get it,
Right.
but on the other hand, it could be a nice slug of dollars for our projects. And
Yeah.
I think it's worthwhile. And I think it also raises Londonderry up to the eyes of those congressional folks, to know that we're actively looking for ways of funding things we want to do for our town to
Right.
better it, so.
Yeah.
Garbled way of saying it, but yes, I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
And I would move that you receive a letter of support for one or both of those applications that you're planning to submit. And if you get an opportunity for a third to submit, then I would say do that.
Okay.
I'm saying-
And-
Second that.
And authorize the chair
Authorize.
to sign on behalf of the board.
There we go,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And can we also get on record that you approve my going out for the funding to somehow
And
put that in
that we
there?
also seek that funding.
Okay, sorry, I didn't have time to write a,
That's,
It came like at 3 o'clock this afternoon, that,
I move you go get all the money you can.
You seconded, Jim?
He did, yeah.
Yep. All right. All those in favor? Aye.
thank you.
Good work. Forced to.
Item 13, executive session, 1 VSA 313A2, negotiating or securing of real estate purchase or lease options.
I move to enter executive session under 1 VSA subsection 313
Ready?
Who wants to make the last motion?
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Should have let Martha do it. It was her last.
That's all right. I know I wanted you to make sure you did it.